Mickey Hawkins. How do you like that?
Doug Hawkins, the hero of the western suburbs, wears his working-class background like a badge of honour. The Braybrook boy who went to Footscray as a skinny teenager joins that other famous former Braybrook star, Ted Whitten, as the only two players to wear the red, white and blue of Footscray in 300 senior AFL games. And it's fitting that both are larger-than-life characters in the West, both have permanent monuments to them at the Western Oval, and both are true champions.
Well, it is a pretty good achievement, mate. Matter of fact, it's been a big build-up to this. It's been going on for weeks and weeks now, and I'm glad the week's finally arrived.
And great that it's on the Western Oval.
Mate, very relieved, not down at the Gabba. It'd be great to play at the Western Oval in front of the Western Suburbs people and Footscray people in general, so it'd be great, mate. In
these days of professionalism in football, it is unusual to see a player with such an empathy with his supporters.
It's been a relationship where it's been good for them and good for me, and mate, they love their footy and they love their Western Suburbs type people.
While the Hawk has his own wing at Footscray, he is quite at home on Lout's wing at Braybrook when he started to show some promise as a kid. Playing in the same team as Brownlow medallist Brian Wilson, in fact, football was all the Hawk had.
Since I was a kid, I always wanted to play league football or play cricket at the highest level. And I didn't have a great schooling. I left school very young, at the age of 14, and had no trade. So I suppose I was very lucky that football became natural to me. So
never one to miss out on a good time in his formative years, the Hawk acknowledges he had some wild nights living the life of an AFL star.
It did a bit, Ed. The late nights, if we had a good win on a Saturday, mate, I'd celebrate till Monday. So those days are well and truly over. And but mate, I'm enjoying my footy, and I hope people can remember me for, not that I'm going to retire, but people can remember my 300 games, not the off-field antics, always sort of thing.
So after all the honours, the big nights, the money and the hero worship, what is his greatest achievement since walking into the Western Oval?
Probably the opportunity to meet my wife. How's that one, Ed? I met my wife back in '87. I wasn't going too well. I was probably living life to the fullest as I always have, and she'd come along, and I think without her help, 300 games wouldn't be possible.
But football followers in general. It's a natural skill he brought with him from Braybrook. In fact, he was a North supporter, and as a kid marvelled at the skills of Keith Gregg.
The play against him was another thing, was unbelievable. I mean, playing against Keith Gregg, my hero, fantastic.
The Hawks struck up a particular friendship and rivalry with Bertie Dippier Domenico.
We used to keep score, but I've always questioned Dipper's mathematics. I don't reckon he's too well at adding things up. Because we played each other about 10 times, and he keeps saying it's 4-6. I keep saying it's 7-3. But he doesn't agree with me in that way. But
they both had their disagreements with umpires, although Dipper will always be able to claim a Brownlow. And there's another famous boy from the West, a close friend.
I suppose we're probably in the same boat a bit. People look at us as a bit of wild boys.